Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Shining Force 3. Alright, so we are here in Balsamo, and there's a lot going on, and there's some treasures, large mithril on the wall. Let's see, what else we got? There's one other thing outside. No, I don't need to check that. There's one other thing outside. Something there, but we can't get to it. There's monk there. Not there. Where is it? There's a treasure there. There it is. Bright honey. Like there's a teeny tiny crack in the wall. So we got the bright honey, we got the large mithril, there is a bunch of other stuff. Alright, so what we need to do is look around. Let's look and see what we need to look at where inside various buildings. Alright, one is in here. I believe two are in here, actually. I believe this is where two things are that we're going to have to deal with. So we come up here, and this is actually what we're going to do to progress the story. I don't know if it'll trigger yet. You are a soldier from the Symbiote's army, correct? Yes. Enter the middle room. Be honored. Our high priest wishes to meet with you, and do not be rude. All other rooms are off limits. You must enter the middle room. Don't go anywhere else. Got that? So it actually won't let us in anywhere else, but we can go into them later. Because there's stuff in them, and we can kind of see in here there's a group of people and a masked monk tied to a chair. And then there's this room that has a treasure chest in it, which we can't, like I said, we can't do anything with at the moment because they're going to get mad at us. So let's come in here and just progress the story. This is Fiel. We're glad to see you have come. I'm Fiel, representative of the Bulzome sect. Welcome us. Strange, we got the impression that our presence was irritating you. Because, you know, we kept killing you. And there's Desherin. Your reputation has spread throughout the Republic, Sir Dantares. You're a true warrior. How long can you continue this charade? And Basanda. Such a provocative statement. You are a high priest, Desherin. You must exercise more restraint. Please pardon us, visitors from Aspinia. I always get the Aspia and Aspinia, like I always interchange them. Let me introduce myself. I'm Basanda, one of the 4 high priests of Bulzome. Goriate. Goriate of the Wind, also a high priest. And he's also the least that we're going to interact with. I hope you weren't mistreated by the other Bulzome monks. Oh no, not at all. We just killed them. The Bulzome sect has been very considerate. And I like how they're like, the sarcasm. We heard the peace conference ended in chaos due to the abduction. I don't know what to think or say. Well, considering you were the abductors... Like, really? The high priests are there. The Bulzome monks are the mass monks are... That's the... Yes, we know you did it. Why have you come to the lodgings of the Bulzome sect? We entrusted something to you. We'd like to have it back now. You know, the Emperor entrusted to us. That's intriguing. What do we of the Bulzome sect have that belongs to King Bentrim? The truth is, the failure of the peace conference was plotted by the Bulzome sect. A plot? Us? That's a bold statement, but we have no idea what you're talking about. Really? Like... What about that, this is... What about that freaking out masked monk tied to a chair? What's the deal with that? Sorry, but you must forego your quest. How about no, Scott? Let's, Oh, they won't let us go near the monk. What do you think you're doing, Dantares? Oh, nothing. He looked a bit uncomfortable, so I thought I'd help him by removing his mask. And, of course, scary, scary business. Outside of U4, it seems all the other monks wear masks like that. What's the meaning behind it? There isn't a deep meaning in wearing a mask. Once one becomes a high priest, many things are allowed. Until then, we seek to serve by suppressing our individuality. As long as they wear the mask, the high priest determines the fate of their lives. Like gods. I love how Danteri's is really just stepping on their toes. Now would be a good time to ask them to leave. If I had known it was going to be like this, I would have brought the rest of our force. Yeah, they're in our barracks, which we can go deal with after this. And da-da-da-da, the mask falls off, and it's a tied-up Emperor Domeric, like we didn't know. And they kick us out of the room with magic. I like how we're getting... Just take a look around. It would not be wise to start a fight. Yeah, we are beyond outmatched and outgunned. 4 high priests versus a very low-level force. It'd be better for us to leave now. Like, we could handle a couple of the masked monks themselves, because, you know, we are level 4 at this point. But, yeah. Alright, so we can come back up here, and they should all be gone at this point. Alright, so yeah. Strange force protects the door, so we can't go back in there. We can, however, go in here and inspect the treasure chest, and we find a power line. And there is some way... is it in this first room? Yeah, we step in the first room and we hear someone going, ugh. And I do not remember how to do this. There is supposedly a way to get around there, but I don't remember how it is. We have to be able to get to that room behind us. And it involves, like, clipping through the wall. And I thought it was in this room and it would be a long way around, but apparently not. Inspect the bookcase. Long live Balsam, with the power of light weakened, the power of darkness will rule the land. Or maybe it's that guy has to leave? Yeah. I will figure that out, because that is a sync point that we need to deal with. That opens up a section in Scenario 2 that gives us access to another character. I think it's after this little scene here. Bulzome priests are the one who abducted and are holding the Emperor. Let's hurry back to headquarters. We'll come back with everyone. By everyone, do you mean us? Just the... Mascaron wouldn't stop making a fuss, so we came out here. Alright, so all we're missing is Hayward, and that's our force. And that's... Now it's time to fight. We will rescue Emperor Domeric. You will be... really, I'll be the leader? I thought we already established that. Alright, so we're gonna go back in. And no one's going to be there at all. Like, everyone's going to have run away. There were so many Balsam monks here. How could they vanish so quickly? Magic. Go up and inspect the rooms of the high priests. I think maybe the middle room will let me in now. Yeah, there's no one here. Alright. No one is here. I wonder where they all went. And Balsam said... They didn't trick us. And I don't know why they're even bothering, because the High Priests could easily take us out at this point. I'm afraid I don't understand. They know the Empire's after us and that we wouldn't risk our lives to fight them in order to save Emperor Domeric. If we had challenged them, we would have barely survived their onslaught and had no chance of saving the Emperor. Instead, we retreated, giving them time to escape. We did exactly what they wanted us to. So it was either do what they want them to, or we would be half dead. Like, that's the long and short of it here. In order for them to move the Emperor's attention had to be diverted. We are their decoy. Incredible, you are brilliant, King Benetrim. You saw right through everything. And of course, they're talking to us from the shadows now. No use searching for us. Our main forces are already on the move. We have no reason to stay here. You would chase after us? Give it up. Soon the Imperial Army will arrive. All of you are trapped like rats. Tell me, just one thing. Who was impersonating me and for what purpose? It was I, Fiel. It was part of our plot to ruin the peace conference between the Republic and Empire. Really? Like you didn't know what the purpose was? With the conference's failure and the abduction, and now we have a decoy as we leave Balsamo, everything's going as planned. As we take the Emperor by sea, put up a good fight, my little decoys. If you live, I'm sure we'll meet again. I hate all of them. If the priest's words are true, our lives are in grave danger. Yeah, just a little bit. There has to be something we can do. We can devise a strategy until we know what's going on outside. Let's get to higher ground. Balsamo's enclosed by a high wall. There must be a secret path somewhere. Of course, there's always a secret path leading out of town. Alright, so it's not there, so it's got to be this wall. Yes! And this wall takes us over here, which is incredibly difficult to actually navigate through. There's a person who's tied up. Will you untie the ropes? Yes! Untie him. And this is Bernard. I remember you. You're Symbios of the Republic. Why would you decide to free me now? You were the ones who captured me, because I knew of the conspiracy between Bulzome and Benetrim. We didn't kidnap you. Does Benetrim's plan scare you? Is that why you decided to free me? I saw you. Use the peace conference as your chance to abduct the Emperor. I can't condone such an act. I would thank you for helping me, but next time we meet, we will be enemies. The Republican army will be destroyed. He's just kind of a tool. So, and then in this room is also a potion. Oh, what? I have too many things. Alright, so we are going to need to use the bright honey and the power wine. Alright, so bright honey is MP, raises max MP. We're going to give that to our healer, because having extra... And it's not even enough to raise it, permanently. Power wine. We need more attack. That means... I'm gonna give it to Symbios, really. I mean, he's got the Battle Bracer. Hayward could use a little bit more, but I'm probably gonna give the next increase to... Oh, increase by 4. Holy crap, that's... Symbios is now a walking death machine, and I love it! Alright, so, that's all of the things there. We got the second sync point out of the way. Let's go find some more treasure in this town. And then probably, I think we can actually go, there's a weapon shop here where we can buy our first set of upgrades, but I don't really remember how much of it's actually worthwhile. Alright, so we need to go over here, and I believe it is in this house. There are 2 treasures. So we're going to grab these. There's a treasure chest there. the ruin map, and we need that. Ruins in this game are really, really interesting. And then there is an item over here. Another medical herb. Alright, and then there's just money elsewhere. We got the brain food, we got the large mithril, we got the power wine, we got the ruin map. We just got the herb. So yeah, the other two are just, you know, coins in various cupboards. And I think they're just in the smaller houses at this point. So let's go over here. Soldiers, knights, swordsmen, why do they enter people's houses and make a mess by searching the house? We're always cleaning up after you. Haven't you messed things up enough? So I love that they... Well, you are kind of cute. I'll let you inside the house if you promise not to make a mess. Alright, so, yeah, I love that that's, you know... ancient ruins hold many treasures. If you have a map, you can enter the ruins. They're filled with treasure and danger. And 5 gold coins there. But I do love the call to attention of people just kind of breaking into your house, taking your stuff. I think this is... one of these houses is the other one with the money in it. And again, it's only like 10 gold. So, I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. So it's got to be that one. Yes, it is this one. So we inspect that, and 10 gold. So that's one of these. God, get out of the way. One of these is our camp, and I want to show this off. What is going on here? What's the Imperial Army doing? If they don't act, the Republicans will get away. Alright, well, you guys are not on our side, so that means it's got to be the one over here. So we're going to come over here and... Oh, hey, look, soldiers at the gate. We can't leave. How wonderful. So, yes, this is our headquarters, where we can talk to people, and... we can transfer people once we get enough, and we can give items. So what we're going to do is we're going to give items that have no immediate value. So things like potions that I'm not going to be using anytime soon. Mithril that I'm not going to be using anytime soon. So that opens up a couple of free spaces. We've got that, and we can talk to people. We raided the inn anticipating a battle with Bulzome sect, but they weren't even there. How cowardly. And they'll actually change what they say based off of, you know, what's going on. It seemed the powers of the 4 high priests were being limited by something. Don't want to think about the extent of their full powers. The 4 high priests of Balsam, they seem much more like sorcerers. They're much, much stronger than I am. Balsam cult tricked us. What an evil pack they are. Cowards as well, 2 things I hate the most. Alright, so that's it. We can go and try to get some equipment. It's in these buildings here is the shops. So that's an item shop and a weapon shop. Let's see what we've got at the weapon shop, and then we'll probably end this episode here. Alright, so we have Steel Sword, Epee, and that is our first rapier class. We also have Bronze Knife, which is a special weapon class. It counts as a sword, but it's actually a projectile. And that's the fun thing. A lot of these are going to be projectile-based, so that's going to be neat. We've got wands, which are not the same as rods. We've got wooden arrow, and then we've got quarrel, which are... crossbow bolts, basically. So, we've got our first 2 changes in equipment. We've got spears, which are actually a completely different class of weapon, and then knives, which are, they count as swords for damage purposes, but they are they're in their own little area. So I don't want to equip that right away, because that's going to count as a ranged weapon for me. We are going to put a spear on Danteres. And no, we're not going to equip it right away. And then pretty much everything else is going to be pretty much the same. Rods and wands. I don't remember which one is going to be Mascarin's best. Lances are Danteres' best weapon, feasibly. But I'm probably going to switch that out, because I like some of the other weapons better. Swords are Symbiosis' best, because rapiers are actually really good against masked monks, but they don't really do much else. They do add critical increase, but yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here, and I'll see you guys in the next installment, where we will continue on with the story so that we can escape Balsamo. So till then, later everyone.